Love the way you put it on. Girl, you got my attention. All of my yes, type black lemon, shield, perked up in Brazil. Yeah, you got me burning up in here.
Welcome to NWA Cane Corsos podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
We ain't gotta get it back right away. Have it figured out right away. We just trying to see the light of day. Stop signs in a right away. You can leave if you got to. If you reach, I'ma catch you. Who am I to deny you? Knowing I broke it off, oh Lord, yeah. We're still in love, yeah. Girl, what you saying? I've been waiting, what's the word, yeah. We're so involved, yeah. Feelings involved, yeah. Girl, what you saying? I've been waiting, what's the word, yeah. Guess it's the harder way. How am I supposed to ride away?
I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong, because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
Welcome back to the NWA Cane Corsos show. I am your host, Joe. We talk about all things dogs. We've been doing it for a while. I'm waiting everybody. Y'all come on in. Instagram, Facebook. I see Instagram. They starting to fill up. Crawford, far from failure. Crawford is definitely taking this win. And I see you. Shout out Vivid Scale. Shout out Tochish. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get in here, y'all. Let's get in here. Tell your folks we starting. We starting. What's up, further American Bulldogs in the house? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all share the stream, share the live, share it. Let's get to it, dog. Let's get on it. Yes, sir. What'd he say? Hello from Oregon, Team Canelo. Perugia, let's go. Your mix. All right. Well, y'all know who's here tonight. The most honorable schoolboys in the house. Schoolboy, what's going on, sir?
All good. How you doing, Joe?
Man, I am in it to win it.
Good, good. Welcome everybody in the chat. Glad you guys are here. We're gonna have a good show tonight.
Yeah. What's up, Javier Noriega? Hola, bro, from Florida. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They packing in here. They coming in here. Y'all tell everybody we live. We're gonna do a little discussion, have some boxing, maybe some other things too. Schoolboy, what's been up, man?
Same old, just doing the dog thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing another book. You know, I finished that. Yeah, that's right. We did a show about my how to breed the American Pit Bull Terrier, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I got another one behind that. It's going to be a picture book. So I got a lot of rare photos.
Right. Yeah, we covered that one. How to breed.
There it is. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this next one's a picture book, and I'm going to have. There's a lot of rare pictures. Some of them not ever been published, I don't think. Some of them pictures go back to 1930s. And I just have, a lot of them were personal friends and dogmen just gave them to me, sent them to me years and years ago. And I always had an idea to make a picture book, and I'm finally getting around to it. So that's going to be the next project.
That's what's
that
up.
And my channel, and just answering questions, selling stuff as much as I can and try to be out there,
All that knowledge, schoolboy, you got people just they want to know it, don't they, man?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And I try and help, people will tell you I'm pretty available, and I just made it kind of a mission to always do that because, I mentioned before, a lot of times the old guys back in the day didn't share information or for whatever reason, I don't slight them for that. That's their business. But I always thought if I ever got out there with books and all that other stuff that I'd be available as much as I could,
Right. Yeah. It's important. It's starting to change on that now. I mean, like I always say when people come on the show, no one tells everything. I mean, you got to work for some of it now. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the kennels and things like that. I mean, you can't just get it all.
Yeah.
all from here. And
yeah,
you got
there's so much that you could never tell everything, you know.
right.
And as we move forward, even in our older age, we're learning stuff,
Right.
and we can relate that to something we learned in the past, or get the information, the technical terms, or the scientific approach to what it is we were doing. It just gives a better understanding.
Right.
So you have that mesh of the older way of doing things with the newer way of doing things, and it's good to have both, in my opinion. You know.
Right, right. Yeah. Man, well, I always appreciate you, because boy, you done did a lot of work on my channel. Lots of tons of work.
I
And
loved every minute of it, Joe.
I'm telling you, hey, man, we kind of made a little library over here. We made a crazy little library over here. So I'm really proud of what we have accomplished with the channel.
Yeah, you've been doing good, man.
Man, I stayed consistent, bro. And then things it's steady just trickling up, and you know, and the crazy part about it, I guess when you do this stuff when you're older schoolboy, you can't you can't fake it. I'm not gonna hide who I am, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's best to, be open and honest and admit your mistakes and admit you don't know everything and just be consistent, and whatever knowledge you have, put it out there, man. It's gonna help somebody.
That's right, man. Tonight, I know we got some people in there. I see Canelo already. People in there saying that. I'm gonna tell y'all Tony Scandi gonna be here in a minute because he's a avid boxer. Dude, still boxing. He's a boxing fan. He's just bleeding. He just that Youngstown, Ohio boy. It's all in him. So I'm just telling y'all right now, he's gonna be here in a few minutes, and we're gonna chop it up and everything. But schoolboy, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
Well, the scenario can play out any number of ways. Both of them seem confident. I watched the weigh-in; they weigh the same.
Yeah, I didn't see
yeah, I think they came in. 167 and a half, both of them.
But they could be bigger.
So that's good. They're well,
Canelo probably.
Well, he's bigger in that he's used to that weight as far as competing at that weight.
Right.
But Bud kind of walks around at that weight or even heavier anyways.
Right.
But in my opinion, what a fighter has to do is be comfortable fighting at that weight. And that takes time, and Bud's been preparing for that. It ain't like he's moved up in weight, which is a lot, which could play against him. But it's not like he went, I weigh 135 now. I'm comfortable at 135 or 147 even, and then I'm gonna jump up to 168. He's been doing this over a couple of years,
Right.
Adjusting to the heavier weight, adjusting to the heavier weight, adjusting to the heavier weight. So I think what I think has to happen is whoever imposes their will, whoever controls the pace, controls the fight, that's who's going to win.
There is none. All gone.
Have you seen anything similar to a fight like this before? I think Sugar Ray Robinson, didn't he jump up one time and try to?
Yeah.
We see.
Yeah. He was most of his career was at welterweight.
Right.
So the Sugar Ray Robinson that we see on film and all that stuff is in his later years. And imagine how devastating he is when you see him fight and to be considered pound for pound. He's a little bit past his prime when he moves up to middleweight.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Right. And he
fought most of it. Yeah, still that devastating and the best,
Yeah.
That's why they came up with that pound for pound. It was for him. Right? Because, so he fought most of his fights at 147. He had like a 90 fight winning streak at one point. And the only out of a first 100 and something wins or 90 something wins or whatever. No more than that. Had to be 150 wins. He only had one loss. That was to Jake LaMotta. And then he beat Jake LaMotta 5 times after that. The last fight they had, he won the title from LaMotta, the middleweight title. So most of his fights were at welterweight. And he moved up to, after being middleweight champion, he moved up to light heavyweight. So 160 to 175, that's another 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was ahead on points, but it was real hot in the arena. And they had to, in fact, the referee fainted. They have to change referees, right?
Yeah.
So he basically got exhausted, was fainting like that, couldn't hardly walk. He just gave out. So they stopped it in the 14th round.
Right.
But, this was against Joey Maxim, the light heavyweight champion. But it was hot for Joey, too. It was just maybe that extra weight, whatever weight he came in at, it was just too much for him, a bigger guy,
Right.
So, but there's been several fighters that go up and down. Bob Fitzsimmons, the guy who beat James J. Corbett, he was heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight champion. But the guys were smaller back then. He never weighed more than, I don't think, 168 pounds, even at heavyweight. But he could hit real hard, and he won the heavyweight title. I think he won middleweight, then heavyweight, and then went back down to light heavyweight and won that title. So it's happened where people come in. Henry Armstrong, lightweight champion, goes up to middleweight, then comes all the way down to featherweight, and he held all 3 titles simultaneously at the same time. He's the only one in history to do that, and that's when there were only 8 titles, only 8 divisions, 1 belt for each division. So there was really no junior welter and super middle and none of that stuff.
Right.
So there's and Harry Greb, he's middleweight champion. He fought heavyweights. He's the only one to beat Gene Tunney when there were light heavyweights. When Gene Tunney was a light heavyweight, and then in subsequent matches, Tunney beat him and became heavyweight champion. But he's the only one to beat him.
Right. Javier Noriega says, how you doing, buddy? This fight has the potential to be known as a changing of the guard. I kind of think different about that. I just think it's a classic fight because they both of their careers are pretty much over. Their legacies are cemented. It
just depends. It depends on how much more they want to fight.
Yeah.
Now Canelo's a little bit younger, and they could have more fights, And if he's thinking that if he beats Canelo, that's the changing of the guard. If Canelo's favored, then you could call it that. But you're right in that, they're up in age already,
Yeah. They up in age, and it clearly Canelo has the better resume. I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I think when Bud was having that those issues with the PBC and Bob Arum, when they wasn't the promotional companies really wasn't fighting each other and things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that might have hurt him or gave him more of a weaker resume. But, I started to see what he was saying. Well, I shouldn't have to go side with the PBC to make these fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then but in a way, so we didn't get to see a lot of those fights. He could have fought like Thurman, and we did see my boy out of Texas, Earl.
Yeah. Well, even Ennis and Booth and like that,
But they might have preserved him.
Well, it could. Yeah, it could because he's not all beat up.
That's right. Yeah,
and things are a little different now. They can actually pick and choose when and who they want to fight. When you get up in the contender status, champion status like that, you don't have to fight all the time. Now that could be a detriment because you're not active.
Right.
Right. It showed with Tank. when he fought the last guy he fought, where controversy, he won, the other guy won, this and that. Tank wasn't in good shape. He just won on his skill, but I didn't think he won anyways. I thought the other guy won.
You talking about that last fight Tank had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude was working out on him.
So they can pick and choose when they want to fight. If they don't like the deal, they don't have to fight because they're making millions of dollars anyways.
Right, but it hurt.
Or before, it hurts boxing. And, if you're a fan, you want to see your guy more than once a year.
Yeah.
That could be a detriment to Crawford because he only been fighting once a year. You have the both sides. It could preserve him where he's not beat up more, not injured, but you can go stale. And because you're not active, your timing's off. And people, you can train, you can do this, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
It's nothing like doing the real thing.
Right.
Coming to weight, win or lose, part of your legacy, getting hit with 10-ounce gloves instead of 16-ounce gloves, no headgear. There's a lot. There's a lot to it,
Right. Yeah.
So that could play a factor, pro or con. He's not that active, so his body is preserved. He's not that active, so he's a little bit stale. That happens,
It's a lot of factors in this fight. It's a lot of factors. A lot of people think Canelo slowing down, but man, that dude got power, man. All these dudes wouldn't be getting on that bike every match. You know what I'm saying? Getting out the way if someone wasn't right in there. And
Well, with Canelo, I think he has slowed down because he can be more patient.
Right.
Doesn't have to exert himself. He's a little bit slower as far as on his feet, but he never was fast on his feet anyways. But as far as body and head movement, he's got that. Deflecting punches, parrying, counter, power, a great chin. Both of them have good chins, but I think Canelo's is better because Crawford's never been tested at this weight. Plus, Crawford's been knocked down and Canelo hasn't. But Canelo has been hurt. So whether Bud has been hurt, I don't know. He's been stung a few times.
Yeah, I've seen Bud stung. I've seen Bud get dropped. They didn't call it a drop, but it was a drop. And you can't really never tell when Canelo's hurt. You can't. He don't. If he's been hurt.
Well, that's the Mexican in them. They're stoic. Chavez was the same way. Salvador Sanchez was the same way. You beat the shit out of them, you knock them in the face and the jaw, and they don't even blink. They just keep the same expression, So you don't know if they're hurt or not. They just have. It's part of their culture again, not to quit, be tough, take the punches, this and that. But what's happened with the Mexican fighters in the last several years, if not a couple of decades, maybe, I don't know, I haven't kept up, is they went from just being machismo slugger types, beat them up, take the punches, throw back, whoever connects like that, to having skill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and they box. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really improved the game for the Mexicans,
Yeah, because they had to, you had to adjust to that slick American style. Them brothers they be all. And then I noticed that Canelo, after he fought Mayweather, he started getting slick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And he probably learned something from Mayweather, in that fight. You can learn from your opponents that way,
Right.
And I forgot the trainer that started that. His name, Berenstain. He's a Mexican, but his name's Berenstain, I think.
Yeah, Bernstein. That was what you call it, coach. God.
Barrera or Marquez or
Marquez coach.
Yeah.
He was a bad boy. He was a bad boy.
Yeah. He brought them boxing skills in there, On Crawford's side, and I said this before he fought Errol Spence. He's got this awkward way of throwing his punches. They come around over the top, and he's got long ass arms, and it's confusing to fighters. And he connects with it often, like a hook, Whether it's right or left, he does the same. It comes at a weird angle, like over and down or something. I've seen him a bunch of times connect like that. and the timing is to where the opponent can't time it to block it or move out of the way or nothing. And with them long arms, they think he's going to miss, and he connects. With that, he's got good foot movement. He takes a good punch. He's fast, switch hitter. You know.
Yeah, he's a switch hitter. Yep.
Yeah. Canelo got more experience, and maybe I think better opponents. You know, there's the one or two. Spence was surely up there. You know, considered pound for pound when he was undefeated.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, he's fought good fighters. They're not chumps. You know.
No. Yeah.
But he has so much talent and ability that sometimes he makes the guys look average. You know.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like you said, so many variables in this fight. I could see Bud having to get up off the ground.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and why not? You know.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the type where, you know, when he gets hit, he likes to give it back.
Right.
He's not the type to move away and try and collect himself like that. He gets right on it, which could be a plus or could be dangerous for him too. You know.
Right.
I like fights like this because, in my opinion, it's a pick 'em fight. It can go either way. I lean a little bit towards Canelo, but I wouldn't be that surprised if Crawford wins. However he wins, and whether it's a stoppage or a knockout or goes the distance, whatever, I think we're going to have a clear-cut winner. I believe so.
Yeah. I'm leaning. I'm wanting Crawford to win, but if I have to put my money down, I got to put it on Canelo because that's a lot of weight. And and if he come jump right on him, with some body shots in the beginning, Bud gonna be in trouble. But if Canelo fade after 7, Bud gonna step on the gas on him. So but Bud, he got to weather the storm first. He got to make it some round.
Yeah.
He got to go through the storm, bro. Woo.
Yeah. Well, if you're a betting man, you got to bet on Crawford. You ain't making no money betting on Canelo.
But that's
if
true.
He's the favorite, you know. And you know, I bet on several fights like that back in the day. Not that the odds were so way off that, man, I'm gonna make the bet. You know, what am I gonna do? Lose $100? If I win, I'm winning 500, or even, you know, when Lewis got knocked out by Rockman, you know, I made good money on. Yeah, I got made good money on that. I didn't bet Tyson and Buster Douglas, but I should have, you know.
Yeah.
And there were some other ones too. I forget now, but if you like to bet, that's the way I would bet. I would bet Crawford.
Right, man. I was telling Tony Scandi yesterday. He's finna join in at any moment, y'all. So Tony Scandi, y'all can tell everybody Tony Scandi is coming in the building. There's most people in the Cane Corso world know who he is. But I was telling him, if Bud pull it off, I'll put him in my top 5. if he pull it off.
Well, if he wins, he's definitely pound for pound the best.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And Canelo, for me, you know, anybody could put him in top 10 for Mexican fighters. I don't necessarily have him top 10 in my list because there's so many other Mexican fighters that I like. Not that he ain't better than them or have a better record. It's just personal opinion when you look at that, you know, because there's so many. How you going to pick and choose, you know?
I know, but when you say that Mexican fighters, I mean, who would you choose as the number 1? Chavez?
Well, again, it's personal. I like Salvador Sanchez.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And in no particular order, these are some of the guys that I like more than Canelo.
Right.
I like Salvador Sanchez. I like you just mentioned Chavez. Vicente Saldivar, Marquez's brother, you know, uh, um, Barrera, Eric Morales, uh, what's his name? Carlos Zarate, you know,
Right.
Ruben Olivares, you know, Mr. Knockout. They had incredible records, and they, you know, those lighter weights weren't popular back then. But both Olivares and Zarate had somewhere around 50 fights, and I think Olivares had one loss in 51 or 52 fights. Zarate was like 50-0, and only one of them went the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they were fighting the small guys, bantamweight and featherweight, so they didn't get a lot of notoriety. But I just loved watching them guys, man. They were tough. They were,
man.
You know.
Hey, that purse was kind of wild. It said Canelo getting 100 million and Bud getting 10. I said, damn, Bud, you couldn't squeeze 20.
Yeah, there might be some other stuff to go along with that. You know, maybe a percentage of the gate, or you know, TV rights or something like that. But it's going to be the same for Canelo too.
Right, boy. But I was like,
so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wins, then he can command a lot more. You know.
Yeah, but
still,
at that rate, have you ever seen Canelo rematch and loss? No, I don't think he won't no more Bivol. And
yeah, he might, but he'll probably lose again.
Yeah.
That's another example of just Bivol just too big. That's all it is. You know, when they fought, and not that Bivol is not a good fighter and not one of the best, but he only had 17 fights, man, to Canelo's over 50 fights.
Right.
You know, and that it makes a lot of difference. It's kind of like when Duran went into Davey Moore. Davey Moore was a champion. He had made 3 or 4 title defenses, but he only had like 12 fights, you know. And Duran, yeah, he's old, but Duran had like 80 fights, man. If Duran comes in shape, he's going to knock the crap out of Davey Moore, which is what he did.
Mama, here goes the man. Tony Scandi's in the house.
Hey, Tony.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. You hear us okay?
Is it working? Is mine working?
We hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Joe, is mine?
Yeah.
Is mine working?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Oh, let me text him. Oh, his internet. Yeah. Oh, he in his car.
It was one bad area I'm driving through. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Now, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only bad area I'm driving through. I'll be clear the rest of the way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show. You on here with Schoolboy, a boxing historian, old pit bulldog guy.
Okay,
and,
nice.
Tony Scandi, #1 Cane Corsos breeder. Yes, sir.
What is happening?
Tony out of Youngstown, Ohio. I was telling Schoolboy a little bit about you. I told him you was crazy too. I told him you was still fighting.
Yeah, still doing it. Yeah. It's a Youngstown thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of much respect to you for that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Tony, what you think about this fight coming up, man?
I think it's going to be a great fight. I mean, I really do. It's extremely hard to pick one. You know, there's positives and negatives of both of them. You know, I really truly think that, you know, Canelo, you know, he's a superstar. There's no question. He's the man. He's been the man for a long time. You know, I'm not going to say he's on his decline, but, you know, he's getting a little older. His last fight, you know, with that skull, it wasn't impressive. He couldn't track the guy down. He couldn't cut the ring off. The guy ran, but the guy thought he outboxed him, and he was trying to win a boxing match. And, you know, you can't beat a champ like that. You got to bring something to the table, not running around. You know, did he maybe outpunched at him? Very possible. You know what I mean? But you're not going to meet the champ.
Right.
Truly think that
you breaking up, Tony.
instructions.
You breaking up, Tony? Yeah, he breaking up. Oh, we lost him. Yeah, Tony, you breaking up.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That should be the last interference. I'll be on the freeway in a minute.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so no, I was saying that Crawford. I think Crawford's definitely one of the best in the world. Also, has he really fought anybody? I mean, not really. But is he capable of fighting anybody? He is. I think that everybody hid from him for a long time. I think Canelo's the only one that was willing to fight him. A lot of people hid from Crawford that would have got beat from Crawford. So I mean, I don't even know which way I'm going to bet the fight. I'm probably going to put my money on. Probably going to put it on Crawford.
Yeah.
I think I am. Just because I think that it's his time. It's his time. He's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, you never could count Canelo out. I'm not going to say anybody's going to knock anybody out. Neither one of them's ever been put down. I don't think either one of them's ever touched the canvas at all for a minute. I don't think one time. I mean, I know Canelo's been caught before many, many years ago, been staggered up. Everybody can get staggered up. I don't know if Crawford has been. I'm going to guess he probably has. I don't know of anything for sure that he has. But, I mean, either one of them is capable of stopping the other, catching him with the right shot. But they both got granite chins. I think that in the distance, I think 12 rounds distance, I think that Crawford will beat him in the long term, round after round after round, just because he's a better boxer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if I had to put my money on it, which I think I'm going to put a little money on it, I'm going to probably put it on Crawford.
Let me ask you this, Tony. You came off a fight with a very accomplished fighter. Yeah, and he was a very big guy.
Right.
So, I mean, this guy, how tall was he?
He was actually 6'7" and 250, 251 on the scale, man.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot and 230 on the scale.
God.
That was the biggest guy I ever fought, man. It's kind of the same thing with my thing. I mind just an amateur thing. It's an amateur. It's a master's class. I mean, it's some serious shit. It's brutal. You got to train your ass off. I sent you some sparring videos.
Mm-hmm.
I spar all young animals, man. Young guys that are 20 years old, 25 years old, 28 years old. Guys that are 11-1, 13-2. I'm not sparring average guys. I'm not sparring any older guys. I'm sparring young animals that are the best in the gym, or I'm not sparring. You know what I mean? That's what's going to make me get better. But, same with my fight. These guys local, I sell the place out. As old as I am, I sell it out. And nobody wants to see me fight a bum. They want to see a real fight. So I had another guy picked. He was a rank 2 in the nation. I was supposed to fight him, rank 2 in the Masters in the nation, super heavyweight. Probably stopped like 17 guys. It was a great fight. I was getting ready for him. He bailed, man. He bailed about a month out. Just told my trainer that he didn't feel he was going to be 100% ready. And after, talking all kind of shit 3 times, he wants to fight, calling, asking for the fight. You know what I mean? Nice guy, nothing against him, but, back out on a guy 4 weeks short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these guys do a little different training program than I do. You know what I mean? I make jokes about it. I train regular. I take some protein shakes and I eat good and I eat chicken. A lot of these other guys and putting a lot of shots in themselves. You know what I mean? A lot of steroids.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? So I really think he needed to run a 6-week course instead of a 4-week course of the roids, and just didn't think he was going to be there. Wants to fight me the next one. So going into that, like he bailed out, so we had to get somebody else. There was about 4 or 5 guys that were like, hey, they want to fight, they'll take it. And Jack Lowe, he was Kelly Pavlik's trainer of the year, Ring Magazine. Kelly was a world champ. I was a manager of Kelly, so I know boxing and I know what the people want to see. They don't want to see me fight any of the average guys. They want to see a monster that I'm supposed to lose to. And Jack brought this guy by. I say, hey man, this guy's a monster. He's like, he's supposed to be seriously dangerous. He's a national champion. He's supposed to fight in 2 months again for national titles again. He actually won. He just stopped 2 guys about 2 weeks ago. So he's a 3-time national champion, but a monster. But that's what people wanted to see. So I just worked hard for it. And, I went in there. Definitely was nervous, man. Anybody's going to be nervous with a guy like that. You've seen it if you watched it. But same with like Canelo and Crawford. They're fighters, man. It's what they do. It's the same thing. It's what I've done my whole life. I've done it when I was young. Done it in the street a lot, you know what I mean? But I learned how to do it in the ring, which is more important than anything. And that's what's enabled me to be what I was out in the street from what I did in the ring and the training and learning how to fight. So, I wasn't scared of them, but I respected the hell out of them. I knew he was a monster. I knew he could hurt me. And, I went in there and I fought smart. I wasn't going after him. I sat back and waited for him to make the moves, and I was just going to counter him. And, I know that anybody that I catch with my left, they're gonna get hurt too. So, all I knew was I got to put something on him and let him understand what it feels like to get hit. So these guys are going to go in the same way. Canelo's going in, and he's going to go in with that same attitude. His attitude is going to be the same attitude that I carry in the ring. I'm going to catch you with a shot, and when I catch you with a shot, I'm going to hurt you, and you're going to change your whole entire game plan. Hope you have a game plan 1, plan 2, and plan 3, because one's going to change when you get caught. So, but I think Crawford's ready for that. I think he knows what Canelo brings, and Canelo's going to come, and that's what he's going to do, in my opinion. But sometimes doing that, if you're getting outboxed, you could lose a lot of rounds. Like, did I think he lost a lot of rounds with Skull? I think he did. But he's the champion. He didn't lose them by a big enough margin for them to take the fight from him. So, I think that's how Canelo's going to come in. Like, I'm going to catch you. Once I catch you, you're going to learn what I could do, and you're going to back up, and I'm going to be able to beat you even in the rounds in boxing, because you're not going to try to be as active as you think you're going to be after I catch you. In the same sense, I think Crawford's going to be smart as hell, and he's going to fight. He's going to counter a lot too. He's going to try to do a lot of jabbing and stuff, and a lot of boxing, and he's going to do a lot of moving. Moving at angles and stuff. He's intelligent. He just saw what Canelo did, and he struggled with that guy's Skull. A good fighter, watching that fight. If I was fighting Canelo tomorrow, I would fight. I want to say similar to Skull, but I'm not going to run. I'm going to fight like him with Canelo, and I'm going to try to move instead of his way. But I'm going to bang. I'm going to try to catch him with some shots and hurt him and put some, put a beating on him. I'm going to try my best. And that you sacrifice getting hit with that, but it's boxing, man. It's not a track event. And that Skull was like a track event. You know what I mean? It was a horrible fight to watch because of him, not because of Canelo. I thought Canelo would be able to cut the ring off. I thought he would just force him into a corner or do something. He couldn't do it. And, it's the worst time in the world for him to fight. Crawford coming off a fight like that, because Crawford knows how to box. He's going to do that same shit, but he's going to try to bring some pain and bring some shots and bring some power. I think it's going to be different, man. I think he's got a great shot. I love both of them. Like a lot of times when you're watching fighters and you're seeing a boxing event, a lot of guys out there, unfortunately, most of your boxers, pro boxers, got a lot of class, a lot of charisma. They're just classy people. They're good people. They might talk a little shit and stuff, before the fight and the press conferences, and build a fight up. When they walk out of there, they're best friends. Same with me. When I walk out of the ring with these guys, we become best of friends. That guy out of Michigan, I talk to him at least once or twice a week. Just a great guy, man. You earn respect for each other. You get in the ring together. So, like a lot of guys you don't respect. I can't respect some, but those two guys, I respect the hell out of both of them. I love Canelo, everything about him. The family part about how he is. I love everything about Crawford the same way. He's got his kids. He wants to take care of them. I love everything about both of them. So, I don't care who wins. I know it's going to be a great fight. I like both of the guys. They're both real men. And they're both dogs, man. That's what Youngstown brings. That's where I'm from, Our fighters out of Youngstown, Boom Boom Mancini, Kelly Pavlik, who I managed for a while, great friends with them. These guys are dogs, man. They come to bang. They're coming to get you out. They're coming to fight. It's not we're not gonna dip in and dip out and run. We're coming for war.
Right.
And you know what I mean? That's what I think Crawford's gonna bring it, but he's gonna still stay smart in doing that. You can still bring a fight and come ready for war, but still fight a smart fight and box somebody. You know what I mean?
Right. Javier says
has all the tools.
Yeah. Javier says Canelo got to hit Crawford to get him to change his prey drive.
That's the only way he's going to stop him. That's the only way he's going to stop him to change his prey drive.
What was Joe? What was that other question? That
the Oaktown question. Sorry, Schoolboy. If you could give these two boxers the name of the great American Pit Bull Terriers based off their styles, what name would you give them?
Well, I'll go with the bloodlines, because it's too hard to just pick one dog from each. But I would put Canelo in the Jeep Red Boy, right? And I'd put Crawford as a Bolio type dog with some mouth.
Well, that's a good question. Shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It makes sense too.
Yeah, it makes
sense. I like the answer
like that.
That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Mancini. Speaking of Ohio, Mancini's dad was a lightweight contender back in the day in the 40s.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. And he actually beat I forgot the champion's name at the time, but he beat him in a non-title fight, and he was due to get a title match, but World War II broke out, and he missed his opportunity.
Absolutely.
He got drafted.
You know the story, man.
Yeah.
You know the story.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I used to follow all them guys, man.
Yeah, that's why Boom Boom did it, man. That's what Boom Boom did. He wanted to fulfill his dad's legacy. Absolutely,
that's right.
Man. Absolutely. Class act guy.
Sure,
I still see him all the time.
Yeah.
He actually comes to my fights. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
My fights. And like I said, it's just amateur, but he's just a class act.
Yeah.
I go talk for the city. You pack this place. It's great, man. It's great for boxing.
I named my first pit bull after him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I named my first pit bull after him. Boom Boom. Yeah.
Okay. That's all right, man. That's all right.
Yeah, I admired him.
Yeah, when I first met Tony, I picked up 2 puppies from him. And he was fighting the night before.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I asked him not too long.
Busy.
I said, man, you done fighting? He said,
I got one more, man. I told the guys one more.
Yeah.
One more. It helps the gym, man.
How old are you, Tony?
For the kids. I'm 56, man. I just turned 56.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, we can fight like when you're doing masters, you can go 10 years up or 10 years down. I won't fight anybody older. I'm always going down. Same age or down.
Yeah.
I won't fight anybody older. Not that somebody older, couldn't be a badass or kick my ass, but
I
don't want to hear anybody talk shit. You beat a 66-year-old guy up or a 62-year-old guy up. You know what I mean? I'd rather them talk shit. Hey, you got your ass beat by a 46-year-old guy or a 54-year-old guy or 50-year-old guy, younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, then people talking shit about a 66-year-old guy, that 66 would probably beat their ass too.
Right, exactly. Absolutely.
They'll criticize them, but if they got in the ring with them, they get dumped.
Absolutely, man. We got a lot of people in our breed, and I don't know if you guys get it, but we get a lot of these Facebook warriors, these keyboard warriors that talk a lot of shit. And a lot of them will make threats to me and talk all kind of crap. I just laugh, man. I see you young
definitely.
guys.
In fact, I was surprised. I was surprised that the Cane Corso and all these other breeds, they had the same shit we had going on in the pit bulls. I was like, whoa, them too, huh? Yeah.
Same shit, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
And all of those stuff. Yeah. Boy, I got a voicemail I got to send you, Tony. It's hilarious.
Okay. I could imagine, man. I could imagine. A lot of clowns out there.
Yeah. But let me y'all got a lot of history, you and Schoolboy with boxing. And I was kind of asking Schoolboy about top Mexican fighter. Tony, what is your favorite weight division, like all time?
I always have liked the heavyweight. You know what I mean? I like the heavyweight only because I fight heavyweight. Super heavyweight. Just I like it because it's a lot of guys with a lot of serious power. You know what I mean? I love like guys like Wilder. What's his name? The guy right now, the champ. Oh shit.
Usyk,
Usyk, I love the guy, man. I love him. Love him because he's a small guy that's out there doing his thing, man. I love it. He's the underdog. You know what I mean? And that's what I love. Love being the underdog.
Right.
Yeah, but no, that's to me heavyweight. But in the same sense, when you see like a middleweight fight, like Hagler Hearns type stuff, it doesn't get any better than that. That's what Kelly was. Kelly did middleweight, and they used to say he was just like those guys. I don't know if you ever seen Kelly Pavlik fight, but my man would go to war.
Man,
that man has he got some heart, man.
Yeah, absolutely. What's that?
You don't know where I'm from, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
You're from Alabama, right?
No, I'm from Arkansas. But I'm from a little town called Little Rock. And
Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's where Jermaine Taylor's from.
Jermaine Taylor. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I got you, man.
He got us.
Yeah. You know what? It was a great fight, man. A great fight. They played non-stop up here in Youngstown, man. It was all over the news. Yeah. That stuff was on the internet news for years. Just talking. They used it to talk about the grit of the city. Like, this man was going down. He was getting pummeled. They almost thought the fight was going to be over. And there ain't no quit, man. There's no quit in Youngstown. And he showed it. Yeah. And everybody uses that as a thing to support the town. That he was a hero. Yeah. He always was a local hero, but he really became the hero then, man. It was just unbelievable. But I've been in the ring with him before, Joe. I told you, man. So I know what he could hit like. That's why I started managing him. When they asked me if I was interested, I said, hell yeah, man, because, I used to spar with heavyweights. They were heavyweight champs. And I got hit, I got caught with some shots. I sparred Kelly when he was only like 165, or 160, walking 160, 165. He hit me in the gym harder than I've ever been hit in my entire life by even heavyweights. And I told people, I said, man, that dude will be a world champion for sure. I used to have a bar restaurant too, me and two partners, and they came into one day. Was basically his not father-in-law but godfather, real nice guy from the town. Mike Safoli came in and was like, hey man, Tony, you interested in Kelly? He's thinking about stopping boxing. They're just not getting behind him with the money. They're not giving him the fights. I said, what is he, insane? Is he crazy? You know what I mean? Hell, you mean he's gonna quit? And he's like, well, they need some management, they need some money. So I sat down with my partner, Jody, and we said, hey man, listen, here's what we can offer, and here's what we could do. And I think it's going to be probably double what you guys were offered, and I think it's still an insult because I think you're worth even more than that, but we're just not made like that. And they were happy as hell, man. They took it and they said, no, man, that's great. It's great. My partner was like, man, are you sure? We're investing a lot of money. I said, listen to me, man. I'm telling you, when I got hit by him, and I've never got hit by anybody like this in my life. I went to drive home from the gym. My house was about a half hour away from the gym, and my grandmother's house was about 5 minutes away. I got on the road and was looking at the street signs. I didn't even know where the hell I was at. I had to call my grandmother and say, hey, can I come over and take a shower? And she's like, yeah, come on over. And I had clothes. I went there, took a shower. I go down in the shower. It's a crazy story. I'm in the shower. I think I'm 5 minute shower. I'm done. I get out of the shower. I come up. She's, Aunt, what the hell? You're going to pay the goddamn water bill. I said, what do you mean, Grandma? What are you talking about? She's like, you were in the goddamn shower an hour. I said, an hour?
Geez.
Said, are you sure? I said, Grandma, I wasn't in the shower an hour. She said, yes, you were. How long did you think you were in there? I said, I thought I was in there for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. She said, you were a whole hour. You've never taken a shower for an hour. I was concussed. I had a legitimate concussion. I didn't know how long I was there. I didn't even remember how I got home. So, I told my partner, I said, dude, listen, man, this kid at middleweight hits like a heavyweight. He will get there. You know what I mean? The other thing was, he's not all muscled up. He's not all strong.
It don't matter.
Yeah. We lost
Danny Lopez had little spindly arms, and he hit like a mule kicks, man. Just
right. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. I'm gonna give away $30 right now. What was me and Schoolboy's? How should I ask this? What was the subject of me and Schoolboy's? Just me and him. What was the subject about? So answer that for me, and you'll get $30.
Yeah, guys.
Okay, all right, we got you.
My bad, man. I was turning the bend and my thumb hit the button. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Along those lines, Tony, let me ask you something.
Okay.
You got hit like that. You were sparring, right?
Right. Yes, sparring. Yep. 16-ounce gloves and headgear, and it still
16-ounce gloves, right?
Yep.
Okay.
16-ounce gloves and headgear.
So, what impact will it have that Crawford's used to sparring 16-ounce gloves, whatever they are,
right?
To get in a fight, no headgear at that weight with 10-ounce gloves.
Well, it's going to be different, man. It's going to be different. There's no doubt that shot is going to do damage. But I think that he's taken shots like that already in his past. I don't think that he has sparred a lot of big guys in his past, in his history.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps talking about the weight coming up.
Yeah.
The man's a specimen. You know what I mean? He's a specimen.
Yeah.
Even at that weight, I don't know if you saw the weigh-in today, but I didn't expect him to look like that. I expected him to have to be carrying a little bit of extra weight. You know what I mean? At least around the midsection, some shoulder. My man's a specimen, man. He's carrying that weight.
Yeah, he looked comfortable at that weight. Yeah, and
the only difference is Canelo's gonna when we see their weights tomorrow, Canelo's gonna probably put on 10 pounds. I don't see Crawford doing that. Maybe 2-3 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't see him putting on the size. So, but I don't think that's going to hurt him at all, man. I don't think. But no, you're right. You're right. The punching, he's going to feel something that he's probably never felt with the 10-ounce gloves on. You can rest assured of that.
Yeah.
If he gets caught good, But he's a fighter, man.
He's always been real strong. For whatever weight he's at, he's strong as hell, man.
Right. Did we lose Tony again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I put that question out. What was me and Schoolboy? What is our most popular video? It was actually the second video I ever did with him. I'm finna put about a 1 minute time limit on that. Canelo probably Stucco Superstars. How you doing? Canelo probably 180 pounds right now, looking shredded like that. Look at him, bro. He looked more shredded than ever at 180. He probably is right now 167 in morning weight. Yeah, I think they say he came in about 168. Yeah,
Once both of them came in at 167 and a half.
Right.
So
yeah,
depending on how much he puts up, he could very well come in at 180.
Yeah. He definitely gonna be bigger and everything. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, he came in on another one. There you go. I see you.
I'm sorry, guys, man. I had a phone ring and it cut me out.
No, you good.
Yeah, it
I'm
does
pulling
that
in my
sometimes.
driveway now, though, so I should be able to be cleared up. Get
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, you good. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it could definitely, like the question he was asking. I mean, it can change everything if he gets caught with a good shot, man. But in any boxer, it could change the world. You get caught with a good shot in the right spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can happen both ways. Even though neither one of them has been down ever, I do feel that both of them have the power and the ability to stop each other. You know what I mean? I really do.
Yeah.
They're that good, and they're both that badass, and they're both that powerful, man. Get caught with the wrong
I was saying earlier that Crawford has this awkward way of punching with his lead hand. Kind of comes over to the top and hits you and he's got long arms. And I thought that was going to be a factor with Spence, and it was. He was just catching the hell out of him. And then, he hurt him when he hit him too. It wasn't like,
Right.
It took a while. Like he hurt him early. So he's definitely strong for whatever weight he's at.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He was hurting him with the jab. I was like, dang.
Yeah, man.
With the
Damn.
jab.
Yeah. If you remember, a lot of people thought that Spence was going to beat him. I bet on Crawford. I made some good money on that one.
In fact, in our dog podcast, there's a couple of young heads and older guys, right?
Okay.
So all the youngsters pick Spence, and all the older guys picked Crawford.
Right.
Of course, we won, and we didn't let them hear the end of it after that. In the next show,
Right, I understand.
You youngsters don't know shit. We were talking crap to them.
Right, no doubt, man. You had a lot of real guys that knew boxing, that knew it and knew the history of it and the reality of it.
Yeah. But hey, I gotta ask this one about that. I mean, you can't make excuses in boxing, but I do feel like Spence was damaged goods by the time he got to Crawford. He was done.
With the car accidents, mentally and everything. A lot, too much shit going on. That's one of the reasons why I bet against him also. I'm not gonna lie, Joe.
Yeah, and then he didn't have any. He didn't have any. Yeah, he didn't have any tune-ups either. Kind of, he just
no.
Yeah,
kind of went at him.
I don't truly think he was himself in the fight. I think he was actually. I don't think it was just from catching the shots that Crawford was hitting him with. I think mentally he had some issues going on from the accident. I do. I mean, just the way he was moving, the way he was acting, it wasn't him. That wasn't the normal Errol Spence in that ring, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Yeah, but that one there was crazy. Yeah. So Davidson, Working Man's Massive, I owe you that $30. So just drop your cash app or send it to my Instagram and I'll pay it to you. Yeah. Tony, you want to ask them any trivial question? Schoolboy, they get it right in a certain amount of time, I might send them $20.
I don't know anything. I don't even know what to ask, man.
Y'all. Does it matter? Does it have to pertain to the fight or anything?
No, I don't got to pertain to no fight because they watch the show a lot. Anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who has which champion in whatever weight division has the most knockouts?
Oh, good one. 2 minutes.
In the history of boxing.
Shit. Well, I don't know. In any division, it got to probably be Sugar Ray Robinson, right?
No. He's up there. I'll give you some that are up there. Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, Jimmy Wild. over 100. Them three.
Oh, I see who it is. I'm gonna give him time. Y'all got 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah. You looked it up?
Hey, he says 2 minutes. Give us time to Google it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they ain't gonna make that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna make that one. They probably watching this on their phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, let me ask y'all this too. Here's another one. How many champions? This for the Corso people that may be in here, and I see y'all on Instagram too. How many? I hope I'm asking this right. How many champions have Tony produced? That's
Wow.
a good one. Yeah, I'm talking about the dogs. How many champions have Tony produced? We got 1 minute on that one. I seen Javier in here. Yeah, they ain't get that one, bro. They ain't get that. Is it Billy Bird? Schoolboy?
No, champion. No, champion. It's the old mongoose, Archie Moore.
Archie Moore. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. What era? I know Tony liked the heavyweights. And in that heavyweight era of Ali, Nim, and all them guys, I think it was a lot of killers in there.
Mm-hmm.
Who was y'all favorite heavyweights of all time? Not in no particular order.
Well, I like Ali. I like Rocky Marciano. I like Evander Holyfield.
The Holyfield for sure.
Yeah, there's several.
Tyson.
But that was a hot era. Yeah, Tyson.
Foreman. Did you say Foreman? I like
Foreman was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I bet on George Foreman when he had that comeback fight when nobody thought he could win.
You did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. I think it was.
That's
10 to 1
another
odds.
one I bet on too. Yeah, against Ken Moore.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was 10 to 1 odds, right?
Yeah. Michael Moore.
Yeah. Michael Moore. Was he about 45 years old then, or 40?
Yeah.
I think he was 45.
Yeah, 45. Yeah.
Damn, crazy.
Yeah.
So they nobody know what Tony did too. Tony, ain't you done produced over 200 champions?
Well over 200, man. I quit keeping track, man. It's probably getting close to 300.
God,
I think we finished about 3 more in the last 2 months.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. No, it's just been my life, man, nonstop for years.
Yeah.
I can't even count to 200, man.
Yeah, Tony been doing it a while.
All day, every day, man. All day, every day.
Yeah.
Legitimately probably 30, 36, 37 years right now.
God, dog.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah, my blood's been going for 40 years.
Yeah. No, which one is yours? Is it Jeep, you said?
Yeah, Jeep Red Boy, Eli,
That's all
kind of
your
rascal.
stuff. Okay, yeah, no, hell yeah, no. I heard all about you many times.
Yeah.
Did you remember Ed Hodis that was in the Corsos? Because he was in the pits way back then. Did you know who Eddie was or no? Remember the Yankee Boys?
Yeah.
What people don't know is Eddie was one of the original Yankee Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had the tattoo on his calf, said the Truth Seeker.
Right.
First time I went to his place to see the Corsos, I seen that. I was like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's good to know.
Not a lot of people did. Yeah. He was one of the real original Yankee Boys. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. They were top notch, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Grand Champion Mammy.
Right.
Yeah. Little tiny female.
Right.
She all her fights were short, and for her 5th win, she won in 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, and they were going to do her 6th time, but the people there didn't have enough money. They paid the forfeit, so she would have been a 6-time winner.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I spoke with Greg before, Yankee Boy Greg.
Okay.
And yeah.
Tony,
that's crazy.
Let me ask you about this, man. For as the Corso evolving, man. When y'all first was starting with it, I know you big on Temperament, and I know I had one I got one from Lamont about 99, 2000. Okay. I know y'all had to work through some issues on the Temperament of the damn dog. What was it like back then for the public to know?
Here's what I tell people. Like a lot of the people right now, people will actually talk shit about me. Tony's dogs are all soft. They're friendly. Listen, my dogs will work their ass off. The dogs I have right now, like the top trainers in the world are working with my dogs because they're stable as hell. They're mentally stable, mentally sound. So they're safe. They're safe to work with. They're safe to have in a family and to do protection work with. Some of that shit way back then, that shit wasn't safe, man. It wasn't safe for your own self sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I had one dog, Daniel, that I'm not going to lie, I was scared of him. And, like he gave me a look and I was like, okay, you just checked my ass. I'm going to stop. And it was no joke, man. Some of that shit was no joke. There's a difference between some of that stuff that was hardcore, cocky, arrogant, tough. But a lot of these people out there nowadays, and even back then, they tried to say that they're skittish ass, fearful, fear biting, shy, timid dogs were actually, that's not hard. There's not hard about that shit. That shit's mentally unstable. It's got issues, mental issues, and they're not the same thing, man. What we're talking about, old school, we're talking about way in the beginning. Shit that these people that are doing it now, even them clowns on that other Facebook group or whatever the hell they are, that YouTube channel, that got a bunch of backyard bullshit. Those dudes talk shit about the old stuff. They don't even know what the old stuff was, man. I don't know if they were even born when that old stuff was out there yet.
Man.
And they talk about the old stuff and how hard, and then they don't have no clue, man.
Yeah.
They don't have no clue.
Yeah.
And a lot of them couldn't work with that shit.
No, it was on another level. Yeah, it was like, holy.
It was no joke. Some of that shit was no joke. But, like, here's the thing. Were they unstable? No. Some of that stuff that we're talking about, what you're talking about, that real tough shit, they weren't unstable, man. They were just, that's how they were. They were like bred to protect that home and family. And they weren't going to just bite somebody for no reason. But if you pushed at all, or you will get your ass lit up, man, real fast.
Right. No, it ain't like that. Yeah, what they thinking that shit is now, that really just skittish shit.
A lot of skittish garbage they got, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's dangerous as hell. The shit that they got that they talk about is, oh yeah, it's tough. It's this, it's that. I heard a thing a couple weeks ago. Yeah, exactly. Eyeballs popping out. Yeah, no different than a kid in school that was walking down the hallway scared to death, looking the same way.
Yeah,
kid couldn't fight for shit either. You know what I mean?
Right. There he is. There he is. What's up, good boy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm here. Finally got the picture up. Yeah, I got family.
Yeah, so
things going on. So
like I didn't want 40, 50 years too. 40 or 40 years.
Well, my blood's been. I don't have dogs anymore, but I put him in my protege's hands, and he's in Mexico.
Okay.
And he ran with it. It's been around for 40 years. Since 1985.
I'm hearing all about it. Eddie used to talk about it. He used to talk about that.
Yeah.
Said it was some of the best in the world ever.
Yeah. They've been all over. My main stud, the one that people know me by, Big Red. He produced 13 champions, 3 grand champions, and 2 ROM female daughters. Tons of wins. 20. We got like between my protege and me, we got like 25 best in shows.
Holy shit!
Probably 10 champions and 1 grand champion, 1 7-time winner. 12 gamest in shows, best handler trophies, all kinds of stuff. Conventions all over Mexico.
Nice.
Like that. Nice. So
hey, we got a question out of Canada, schoolboy. Let me read this to you. Do you think the people should stop talking about dogs from 40 years ago and focus on the modern dogs? Not saying forget the history, but look to what's happening now. Because I guess because there's so many schoolboy, you know that. I'll let you just answer that. I ain't gonna lead you on that one.
Yeah. Well, the past is important. You got to focus on what you're doing now. You have to improve. You have to, tweak things here and there. What matters is what is in front of you today. But all that stuff in the past, if you don't know the history, you don't know where you came from. You don't know the temperament, behavior, structure, attitude, of your dogs and their ancestry. Then you're just guessing on what you don't know where it came from. You don't know why this dog behaves that way. Tony was just talking about what we call man biters, right? They can be very freaking dangerous and more of a what's the other term I use?
Real deal, just real deal.
Yeah. Most of them are called man biters. I call them man eaters, the ones that are real dangerous. Right. They got a screw loose. There's something wrong. Where does it come from?
Joke.
Which bloodlines are prone to have it? Because that can happen in any breed of dog, any bloodline of pit bull. But there are some where it's more prone to happen, like bully son dogs and jocko dogs and alligator dogs. They're known for that. You got to be real careful. You can call it out as much as you can. It'll pop up every once in a while. But if you don't know that, not just that, but the records and the breeders and from the past, you're just lost. And a lot of people, in my opinion, they're lazy. They don't like to do research. They don't care about the past. They think that all that matters now, and they can't learn anything from the past. That just ain't true.
Right. No, you're telling the truth, man. You said everything exactly right that I would said too, if I was answering that question. The only difference in our breed than your breed, a little bit different in our breed, only because our breed was kind of a recovery breed. So a lot of that shit from way in the past, 30, 40 years ago, it was some real garbage, man. And that's what if they were talking about Corsos, they're talking about a lot of that. So like focusing on our breed, all that stuff from the past, I owned a lot of that. I wouldn't touch that shit for free right now. Where your stuff, the stuff you guys had back then, you'd only pay $100,000 to get some of that shit back again right now. You know what I mean?
That's true.
For the shit that we had back then, and all these people that people in our breed that use that stuff and talk about it, they do it just to try to promote themselves and sell their dogs, blow smoke up all these new people's asses like it's something great. I had more of that than anybody. Cleaned it all out.
And see, for me, Tony, knowing what you just told me, if I was coming into the breed, I'd want to know, what did you guys do to improve that crap that was back there? That
exactly.
What was the process?
Right.
If you can improve on anything.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of it, in all honesty, man, with the stuff that was back then, you didn't even want to attempt to improve on some of that shit. It just got put down. Man. Just take it out of the program. It's sometimes not worth even trying to improve on. You know what I mean? It was just, it was, you can't fix it. You can't fix. What I always tell people in our breed is, no different than people. And, it's unfortunate. I don't want to talk about people. I have some really good friends that have some, learning disabled children, but you can't fix that. It's genetic. You can't fix it. You can't breed, a dog with mental retardation and fix it. It's not fixable. It's in the genes. It's not going away. That shit is in some of the bloodlines now that these people are still working with 30, 40 years ago. It ain't going away. It's the most prevalent thing in their bloodlines. And it's the sad thing, and you could probably do the same thing I could do. If you hear pedigrees from old days, you're going to know exactly how that dog acts, how the puppies act, the character of them, because you know the deal. You've been around. Like these people will tell me a pedigree, and I'll sometimes shake my head and I say, man, here's how your dog acts. And they'll look at me like, how the hell did you know that? I didn't tell you nothing. I said, you didn't have to tell me nothing. You gave me the pedigree. I know how it acts because that shit's instilled in those lines. Where other times I'll see a dog at a show or somewhere, people bring a dog here, and I guarantee you could do this too. You see a pit bull and you don't even know what line it is, but when it gets to your yard and you see it for 2 minutes walking and moving and the temperament and character, you know what pedigree it is. Like I can tell you what pedigree it is that fast. And that's so the 40-year-old dogs from 40 years ago, do they have a lot of value in your breed? Like I said, man, if somebody can recreate some of that stuff, because that's what everybody's trying to recreate in your breed, it's $100,000 dog. You know what I mean? In our breed, it's not, it's, please take it out of here, dog. You know what I mean? It's so in our breed, the development of where we're at now, it's light years ahead of all that shit. That shit could never compete with what we have now. But, ours is more of a show dog. You know what I mean? It's a show. It's a, temperament's got to be great for it. Where like me and Eddie used to have this talk way back. Eddie Hodes used to refer people to me all the time when they asked about structure and what do you think for the show, and he'd be like, man, just go talk to Tony, and he knows the shit. I was a young guy, he was a little older than me, and I was like, man, Eddie, I don't understand, man. You've been doing this like 15 years longer than me. Why you keep sending me? He's like, tell him, listen, man, here's the deal. I don't know this shit like you know it, man. With pitch, it didn't matter what their hawks were, or their angles, or the head type. That shit didn't matter, man. Could you fight or you can't fight? Real simple, you know what I mean? Can you last or you can't last? He's like, I didn't have to learn all this shit. He's like, you got this stuff mastered. So he used to tell all kind of people, man, talk to Tony on that shit. He knows this stuff. But it's been my life and I studied the hell out of it. That was the difference, in the breeds, in my opinion. That's the difference. You're looking for something
definitely put in the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You're looking for something different in your breed. Like if you went to a show and you seen dogs, doing whatever they were doing, you'd pretty much know what bloodline it was. You'd be able to say, hey, man, I know what that is. And I can do the same thing. People ask me like, how the hell can you do that, man? Well, you put in 30 years plus, almost 40 years in this. And if you paid attention and you were a person that no closed eyes, you want to learn more, you don't turn your back to anything. We don't have the best. We want to continue to have the best. So that's, the only way to continue to have the best is you can't be afraid to bring something in, or you can't be afraid to line breed on something that's already great, to continue to have the best and get better. That's what I always tell people. In my breed, what I tell people, if you got what I had 20 years ago, you don't got nothing compared to what I got now. It's not on the same playing field. You're not going to get in the ring and beat this stuff. You know what I mean? It's not there. But 20 years ago, could anybody compete with it? Not a chance. One of the funny jokes I tell people all the time, and you probably had this shit. I guarantee you had people do this to you. I'd go to some shows sometimes, and there'd be, new people, a couple years in, 5 years in. Hey, Mrs. Scandi, give me about 5 years, man. 5 years, I'm gonna catch your ass. And I say, yeah, you might, you might catch me. About 5 years. You think about 5? 7 or 5 or 3. When are you gonna catch me? You give me about 5 years. And I start laughing. I say, you might catch me where I'm at right now. You think I'm gonna be the same place in 5 years? I'm not. Wow. I'm gonna keep moving forward. And they're like, oh shit. We're just
you ain't never catching me.
You ain't catching me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
well for us the 5 year mark is like that's the if you can last 5 years, you're probably going to have the breed for a while. Most people get out before the 5 year mark.
Same with us. Same shit. We got the same shit. You're right on the money, man.
Yeah. Probably standard across.
Javier Noriega said something about those old Corsos. He says those older dogs were harder to be next to each other in the ring also. Yeah. You remember
some of the old stuff? Yeah, absolutely, man. Like my dog Armani, he was one of the top dogs in the country many years. Armani was a family dog, house dog. I got pictures of that dog laying under covers with 1 million of my son's buddies and cousins, and just the greatest dog in the world. Friendly, sociable with anybody and everybody, shows, wherever. But somebody came and attempted to mess around in my house, they could lose their life. Not just their leg, they could lose their life. Like, it was no joke. At the shows, he was cocky, man. His chest was out. There was a guy who I was very good friends with. He had a black Russian terrier, and it was no joke, man. No joke. So we'd always win. He'd win breed, I win breed, and we're going in a group together to compete. And me and him would look at each other. We knew just how much distance to keep away. And we kept that distance because Armani and that dog, they wanted to see who was the baddest man on the planet, or the baddest dog in the planet.
They knew each other and didn't like each other.
It was dangerous, man. It was dangerous.
Let me ask you this, Tony, because you know when the breed was in recovery and everything, you probably saw the presser at its early stages as well.
A ton of presses back then. Tons of presses. Yep, saw all kind of them.
Okay.
At the shows,
Who were the top people then that you remember?
Big people back then, Richard Kelly, Showstopper presses.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's even alive now. I mean, I hope he is. He was a great guy, but back then, 20-something years ago, even 30 years ago, he was probably maybe in his late 60s, but just an incredible guy, man. He had some really badass presses. He'd sweep the show circuits all the time. Big stuff, structure, head type, temperaments were phenomenal. That man knew dogs, man. I talked to him many, many times. He knew how to breed. And then there was a guy, Red Star presses. Red Star, he was a total different type of breed, though. Total different type of presser. He had more of that really, really high drive working stuff. His were a lot smaller, but they looked the same. They looked like the same breed. So it wasn't like, like a lot of the Corsos, sometimes you see that they're the same breed within different breeds. There's a lot of shit that's bigger that looks like English Mastiffs, smaller that looks like Boxers. With those dudes' presses, Showstopper presses look like presses. That's substantial size presses with bone, substance, head type. But Red Star's presses, they look like presses too. I mean, they all look like the same breed, just a big difference in size. Red Star's males were probably 100 to 110, maybe 115. With Richard Kelly's males were 140, 135, 145. He had some really badass dogs, man. But all good people, man. Red Star presses was a guy named Alex Vodicon. From what I understand, many years ago, he ended up getting a divorce and moving back to his country. But the man knew training. He was an unbelievable trainer. Those were your big guys back then.
Right.
I don't really remember many other names, but those guys stood out. Like, as I'm dominating the show circuit, these guys are dominating the show circuit. Showstoppers was unbelievable. I don't know if that name is even ever talked about in the presses anymore.
Right.
If it's not, then you got a lot of new guys.
That
would be like not talking about Scandifio. You know what I mean?
Right. Let me ask you this, because this gonna be people first time hearing this. You kept mentioning a guy named Ed Holdis. Will you let the general public that don't know who Ed Holdis is, let them know who he is?
Ed Holdis was Belmonte Cane Corso, one of the original breeders of the breed in the United States. They had owned the ICCF registry. Actually, his wife still owns the ICCF registry. But Eddie he was an incredible guy, man. Just a great person. Him and his wife, both incredible people, his children, just a great guy, man. Incredible guy.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
A lot of people didn't know that. I don't think they knew that he was actually one of the true real Yankee boys from way back. I don't think that they knew that. He told me some stories. Yeah, you didn't know that either.
Nah.
he told me some stories about when they got caught, man. He said, Tony, he's like, he never bet ever in his life himself. He never bet, man. But some of the times that their guys will come to these big warehouses, they said that Tony, they'd have attaché cases with 50,000 cash.
Oh
It was
yeah.
nothing to have that.
Yeah.
And he'd leave there.
Yeah.
He'd leave there and he'd walk out. Guys were tipping him 3,000, 2,000. Here, Eddie. He said, man, I'd leave there with $30,000. I didn't bet shit. He said I had badass dogs that could work, and they could work, man. And so these people were just giving me all kind of money to go continue what I was doing with the dogs, to take care of them, to get the best care, the best facility, tipping like crazy. He said, I leave every time. If I didn't leave with 30,000, it was a strange day. I said, that's insane shit. But when they did get him, he told me the story that when they got him at the place, it wasn't a real day. There was no attaché cases and no money there.
Yeah.
So they didn't get him. Like
got lucky that way.
Got real lucky.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this. Tony, how you stay around so long? What is the key for a breeder to
man? What I tell people, I mean, here's the reality. This is what I always tell people. Honesty is the best policy, man. I mean, I don't lie. I don't bullshit. I don't sugarcoat either. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't like me because of that, but there's no reason to. You know what I mean? I've seen too many breeders out there lying their ass off about what they have, lying their ass off about their breedings or what their dogs act like. Just lying about what they've bred together, just doing all kind of crazy shit, crossbreeding shit. I just seen so many different things. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, my daughter just got home, guys. But yeah, just so many different, just a lot of scumbag people I've seen do a lot of bad stuff. You know what I mean? So, I always tell people the way I stay around is just honesty, truthful, help everybody. I help everybody. I don't care if you get a dog from me or not. I get people all the time. They're like, man, I called that guy. He talked to me for 2 hours. I didn't buy shit off him. You don't have to buy nothing off me. I don't care if you buy some. I want you to learn to breed. You know what I mean? I want you to come visit. Just like when I first started talking to you, Joe. Like I told you, part of the same thing. You ain't got to buy nothing, man. You want to talk about the breed? Let's talk about the breed. It's the only way to educate people, to help other people. The biggest problem we got right now, and you've seen it, is we got 1 million mentors out there. And, 10 people short of that million shouldn't be mentoring shit. They shouldn't be mentoring how to make donuts, let alone how to produce quality dogs. You know what I mean? They don't know anything of what they're doing. It's unfortunate. So, like I got a lot of people that I work with, together with, and help and guide. And, most of the people, they'll take my advice. And a lot of times what I tell other people, here's what I've done. Here's what's been successful. And, and the same with him. He's probably done the same thing. Here's what I've done. Here's what's been successful. Here's what I'm doing. But, if you want to do this, if you want to breed to this dog, you're more than welcome. But this is my guinea pig, man. This is the first couple litters. If you want to be a part of that, you can. But, like, I think that you're newer. You've only been in 5 years. My opinion is breed to this guy here because it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Why take a risk? Let me take the risk, do something different. You know what I mean? And see what this guy can do. Let me prove him out first myself before you prove him out. But a lot of people that have been in it long, like more than 10 years, kind of like what he was talking about, the 5-year guys, more the 10-year guys are like, Tom, I'm going to do right what you're doing right now. I'm getting on the start of this shit. I'm not going to be at the back end of this because it's going to work. It's proven. You've been working with this stuff way too long. Now if it's something new, if I bring some type of import in or some stuff, they'll stay away. They're not going to mess around. But, just the way that I've stayed in it so long is I've consistently continued to just get better and better, man. There's no standstill. I'm going to try to enhance. And, and I'm going to let some people too, like you've seen me let some older dogs go, not crazy older females, 4 years, 5 years. I'll let somebody else get those.
I'm waiting on one of them to hit the South right now. I'm hearing about
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you're out. There's a big one coming down there.
Yeah.
You got the man coming down there with a Lamont. Lamont got. Yeah, you know how many people, Joe, I've had call me and try to buy that dog since that shit? You couldn't even imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And they know I'm good friends with them. I said, listen, man, You could pay me double or 3 times. It's not happening. You know, I've been good friends with this man for years. My word is my bond, man. I don't care
Right.
if you offer me $100,000. He's not going to nobody else. He's going to Lamont, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't care. They'll call and try. Well, you know, hey, man, what about 10,000 more? What about 20,000 more? I said, you can offer me 100,000 more. I'm not doing it. It's
Right.
not going to go nowhere else. It's coming to him. I made a joke with Lamont, though. I said, Lamont, listen, man, here's the deal. I'm getting so many crazy offers. If somebody offers me 100,000 more, Lamont, I think, can I take it and give you 50 of it? I'll take 50 and you take 50.
Hey, you're a hell of a producer, but that's one of the breedings you advised me to do because I got a renegade daughter for you. You said take him in, take Rambo into her. Them pups was
Exactly,
off the chain.
It's
So
bulletproof. Yeah, it's bulletproof.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep. You know it's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, like I tell people, like I did you all the time. Like here's what I've done. I know this works, man. This is what you should do. But here's what I'm gonna try to do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Like I got a new young male right now, named Sarge. I think he's probably truly the best looking dog, best temperament, and you know, his hips are getting done next Thursday or next Friday. I think it's going to be some of the best scores. His brother just got a score back today, like 0.3 something, 0.3 something.
Okay.
Incredible score, and that's, you know, outstanding score. It's what I expect. But I already used him. I used this dog last week. I
Right.
think he's going to be the next best thing that I've had in a long time. And you know, that's what it is. Always gets better and better. Like even Rambo, people are calling me like, "How can you let that dog go?" I'm like, I got a ton
Yeah.
of his kids right here, man. I got his
Yeah.
son is
Keep
Grinch.
going forward.
Grinch, you just see me post to that. I sent some semen on him up to Canada. He's produced up there with the woman up there. Really nice family up there. 1 litter already. She's like, I love that so much. I want to do it again. I said, no problem at all. You know, I send it up
Right.
there. So, you know,
Right.
I still have his son. I still have his dad, Blue. That's my house dog, my family dog. So, you know, I'm
Oh yeah,
able
yeah,
to do
Blue. Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Renegade, or I'm sorry, that's Rambo's dad.
Yeah, I met Baloo.
Yeah.
I've met Baloo. I
Oh,
met
that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Renegade.
yeah. You met
Yeah,
him when you were here.
Renegade look like a damn pony. He's real long dog. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Let
You
me
know the
get some
crazy
questions.
thing, man? I let Renegade go to a real good friend of mine. He had bred the Renegade probably 6 times, and he had begged me to buy him when he got a little older. And he's called me and said, "Man, listen, will you sell me the dog? You know, what do you want for the dog?" You know, I said, "Man, you know, I don't really want to sell him. He's a little older. I'm going to probably find a place to retire him in a home." And he said, "Well, that's the perfect case, man. Here's the deal. I'll pay you for him whatever you want, and he's going to go in my daughter's home. I love the temperament of him. He's going to retire there. He'll stay there forever, man. You know, I know his character." I said, "Dog going to your daughter's home?" "For sure." He said, "Tone, I would never lie to you. For sure, he's going to my daughter's home." I said, "Here's the deal. I'm going to blow your mind." He said, "Well, man, I don't got like 20 grand. You know, if it's going to be like 20 grand, you know, I can make payments." I said, "Dude, I wouldn't even do that to you. You bred the dog like 6 times. I sold him Renegade for a puppy price of a puppy. And I
Yeah.
said, I'm going to let you get him for a price of a puppy, but I can still use him anytime I want. And the more care I have is that he's going to your daughter's home." That's where
Right.
he's been for
Right.
the last probably year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Produce a
Nice.
couple litters for him. But yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I met Renegade and all these guys.
Yeah,
Let me
exactly.
get some questions in because it's getting a little late
Oh,
here.
go ahead, man. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. Javier Noriega, Tony, with the change of the Corso's temperament, do you feel it changed the phenotype any?
Truly, truly no. I mean, here's the problem. Some of that old unstable stuff, they don't have correct type anyway. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not a Corso. Most
Yeah.
of those dogs that are that unstable, sketchy shit, it's Rottweiler cross Neos, Rottweiler cross with other breeds. You know what I mean? It's, you look at them, they got the rounder heads, the short legs. You know, the unstable shit goes with, you know, and I'm not going to say the lines, man, but, you know, majority of people that have been in it for a while, they know the lines.
Right.
You know, and it's consistent. You know, like people that didn't believe me in the beginning that are like, "Ah, you're full of shit. You just want me to buy dogs." Dude, I don't care if you buy shit from me ever. Don't buy nothing from me. Go buy from anybody but me. But I'm telling you, you're gonna get stung with some garbage within, you know, 6 months or a year. They're like, "Man, I don't know why I didn't listen to you." Oh shit. Shit. Can you guys
You
hear me
must got
still?
a call. Yeah.
Okay. Nope. Now I'm clear. Okay. I said,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know why you guys didn't listen to me. They're like, "Man, it's terrible. It's just what you said it is." I said, "I wouldn't be lying. Why would I lie to you? You know what I mean? Why would I
Right.
lie to you about what the stuff was?"
Well, Tony,
So
you
no,
know,
like he's asking about the old stuff. It's just it could be old. I have a lot of the old stuff, good clean stuff in my blood still. I have a
mhm,
dog Tito that I brought over from Italy back in 2000, 2002, I think it was. He's still in a lot of my stuff. Just an incredible dog. So I have a lot of those great dogs of even the past in mind, the great stuff, the stable stuff. All the bad shit, it's cleaned up, man. It's out. It's gone.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah. But one thing that's changing, I'm seeing a lot of Cane Corso shit in the media right now. And I think it's a good thing, Tony, because a lot of people never thought you would touch. Thought you would never touch it. They was making a living off your name online. I remember when I first met Tony, and I was listening to a podcast. Somebody said he's a kennel down 5-10 miles down the road. I said, I just left the motherfucking kennel. No, it was wild. And they was building profiles off all these breeders' names. But now they starting to come on, and then the world wait a minute, this guy said this guy, and it was all a big lie. It's been
absolutely.
When it comes to the Corso schoolboy, boy, they've been on YouTube acting a fool for years.
It's insane, man, for years. It's insane. I don't know if you see that in the pit, schoolboy, but
Oh,
we got a bunch of clowns, man. YouTube
in fact, it surprised me.
I call them, man.
It surprised me when because I'm all about pit bulls, so I knew everything. It was all the shady stuff. It surprised me that it was prevalent in every other breed too, man. They're doing the same shit.
Same shit, man. Same shit.
And when we talk about it, we use the same language,
Is that crazy?
Saying that,
Yep, absolutely.
Guys, it's ridiculous, man. Sometimes I'm like, I be getting people just coming to me on different shows, and they bring me so much dirt. I'm like, man, look, I'm just trying to do a podcast on this. I'm not trying to and then you get up caught in, and they get mad at you. They start playing games with me. Call me, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
They do all kind of crazy shit, man.
Where you at? Yeah.
Where they do, man. They do all, man. It's crazy.
Well, I learned a long time ago, and everybody gets caught up in that kind of stuff, and I did too in the past. Years ago, I learned to avoid it, stay away from it. I don't even acknowledge it.
Laugh it off,
because if you give the feedback, it don't end. They keep coming back talking shit.
Right.
Doing all this stuff.
Give them some notoriety. You give them a little bit of notarization, and that's why I don't entertain them either. Really, I hardly entertain them ever, if at all.
And if you just cut it off, nip it in the bud, cut it off, as it were,
they'll stay the same nobody they always were.
Eventually they just go away. They're getting no feedback.
It's like they're saying, if you stop paying attention to a clown, he'll eventually stop performing. That's what they try to do. They try to draw you in.
Exactly.
You know what? I don't know if it happened with you, Tony, recently, but some of these guys, that had these nefarious ways of being, man, they're passing away, and some of them ain't too old. They're not like old people, man. I'm talking 40s and 50s, man.
I know what you're saying. No, not
and
at all.
And I don't know. It's almost like an epidemic. For whatever the reason, man, they're just, I don't have good memories of them. I don't wish nothing bad. Rest in peace and all that stuff. I don't, you know what I mean? But it just trips me out. Oh, this guy was a certain way. Well, he died. Oh, this guy was the same that. And he whoa, dude.
I know what you mean.
I don't know what it is, but it could just be coincidence, but
right. I know what you mean. Absolutely.
Crazy.
Well, this is you ain't never seen this much experience on the screen. These two guys together in two different breeds, man. I appreciate it. Of course, Schoolboy done did a ton of work on this channel.
Oh, nice.
Tony has too. Tony, he always say, man, call if you need me, call me, man. A lot of us. I don't know if you feel it, Tony. A lot of people are glad you are coming online.
Yeah, no, I do see it, man. I get a lot of messages from people happy as hell.
I'm telling you, and
it's always a good time with Tony, man. Always.
And only the one of the few that would do it. That's nothing done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is too, Joe? Man, remember I told you, I got people, and I'm sure you got the same thing, Scroll. I got people that will call me and beg me and offer me $500, $1,000 to come on their YouTube, to come on their podcast. I'm not stupid. If I'm going to do that shit, I'll make my own podcast or my own YouTube.
Right,
I know what they're doing. But, Joe, I met Joe and watched some of his. I said, Joe, man. And he asked me, I said, Joe, I would do it for you. He said, what? I said, I'll do it for you. He said, really? I said, dude, I like what you do. You're real. It's about, you're not fake. You're not phony. You're not bringing bullshit. You're bringing real reality to this stuff. And you're helping to expose some of the bullshit. So to me, what he's doing is absolutely incredible. It's something that older guys like me and you needed. We need a guy like this to bring exposure to the reality of what's going on. Because all these new people that are doing it couldn't compete with you on any level ever. They're not gonna be able to compete with you. You know, the next 10 years, they still won't be able to compete with you. And you know, and I don't want to sound cocky for you or for even me, but you know, I feel the same way, man. A lot of these people that talk shit,
it's true.
they ain't never gonna compete, man. They can work another 30 years. They're not gonna get to 10% of what we've done. You know, with guys like
you're right. There's certain people that I avoid. You know, I just will not. Just because of the way they run their show or do their show, and I just respectfully decline. You know, I ain't an asshole.
Exactly. Me too. The same way. I'll make every excuse possible how busy I am.
Yeah. There's another element too. Like you was talking about people that listen to you, Tony, and you know, guys that's not big online on doing. You know, they got better shit in their backyard than
absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Tony knows some dudes that he's kind of raised up. Man, you got one dude just on one of Westminster.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That guy's been doing it 10, 20 years.
I can't get
far beyond these other people.
They just don't understand what's really out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Those are real guys, Joe. Those are guys that are really working. They're really working in the yard, and they're putting time in. They're not sitting behind a keyboard like these other clowns. You know what I mean? Their dogs don't get no attention. Their families don't get no attention. Their kids don't get attention. They go sit on a keyboard and just type shit.
Right.
That's it. You know what I mean? Real guys don't do that. Real guys put their time in. You know what I mean?
Right. And then too, like you got to think about this element of dang, I lost my damn thought. I'm getting old. I was going to say something.
We were talking about guys doing good, winning Westminster. The guys out there that are they're doing better than the majority of these big time people. That just
I know what I was going to say.
Go ahead,
Like it's a lot of people that's been online for years, Tony. You know, I like our scholars and stuff like that.
Right. Oh yeah.
Most of them guys hadn't even been to these kennels they talk about so much.
No, never. Never even took a trip.
No, they know what's going on.
Well, they know they can get away with it because they're online. Who's going to check them and how? You know, they figured out a gimmick.
Yeah.
But I probably said this on Joe's. I probably said this on Joe's show before, and I say it all the time. When I talk to somebody that's supposedly in the breed and this and that, in 5 minutes I can tell if they're real or not. You can tell if
they're full of shit. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep. Real fast.
It don't take much. It don't take much.
The crazy thing is, I've never even talked to you before. I've never watched a podcast with you. In 5 minutes, this guy's for real. He's a real deal. I knew that fast, just like you're talking about. There was no ifs, ands, or buts, and I didn't even know to what level. In less than 10 minutes, I knew to my level, or even longer than me, that you had more time than me, or the same time. Like, you know, you can tell that.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. You know it. You know, absolutely.
Same with you, Tony. Same with you, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
They love Schoolboy here. He done taught them a lot on here. He done taught a lot. Absolutely. Our biggest shows have been Schoolboy been somewhere around them with that old school knowledge and everything like that. But man, let's get out of here. I'm gonna give y'all one more chance. The first person that put Canelo, and then the first other person that put Crawford in the live right now, whoever get it right, which one is first, I'll shoot you 50 cash out tomorrow. So whoever, so you better say it. You better say it now, gentlemen. Thank you. Y'all got any more?
You got it, guys.
No, just thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, very nice meeting you.
You too, Tony. Much respect to you, Tony. I had a good time.
You too, sir.
Glad I finally got to share the spotlight with you.
Man. Anytime with you guys, for sure, man.
Yeah. All right,
Joe. Like always. Thank you, brother.
Okay. All right.
Okay, guys.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, guys.
Peace.